Welcome to the Unleashed Life, a financial empowerment and lifestyle podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Renee Baker. After nearly 3 decades in corporate America, I took a leap of faith to pursue full-time entrepreneurship, realizing that while we can always get another title, we don't get another chance to create the life we truly desire. In each episode, we'll explore what it truly means to live unleashed, going beyond traditional finance advice to help you break free from financial constraints and societal expectations, cultivate a mindset of abundance and possibility, align your financial decisions with your personal values and lifestyle goals, and embrace authenticity in both your career and personal life. Whether you are seeking financial wisdom, entrepreneurial insights, or inspiration to live boldly, you're in the right place. Redefine success on your terms and join a community of women who refuse to dim their light. It is time to live the unleashed life. Welcome back to another episode of the Unleashed Life podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Renee Baker, and during the last episode, we talked about my transition from the corporate world to becoming a full-time entrepreneur and really what it meant to be living a life that is unleashed. Now, today we're going to dive into 2 critical themes, authenticity and breaking free from limitations. But first, I want to start with authenticity. What does this mean, this concept of being authentic? And does that mean that, all of a sudden we have reached the top of, the mountain of joy and happiness, and we are out here just living our best life and being our best self, and we can just disregard all of the rules and all of the boundaries of others because we're keeping it real? No. This is about being genuine. It's about being honest. It's about being true to yourself, personally and professionally. When I was in the corporate spaces, we would say, bring your best self to work. This is about bringing your best self to who you are. And I think oftentimes when we think about being authentic, we think it's about everyone else. Being authentic is personal. It is beyond, just do you, just be you. This is us being more in alignment with who we are as we start to question how we're showing up in the world. And just from a personal standpoint, I'll say that the authenticity whisper had been going on and since, my early 30s when I, would ask myself, who am I? Am I showing up the way that I'm supposed to show up? Am I living life truly the fullest? But the whisper became a scream back in March of 2023 when my grandmother died. Now, life's for all of us, and people go through different stages of life at different times. But the act of embracing authenticity became transformative for me around that time because I was faced head on with a grief that I had never experienced before. And I was forced to ask myself, am I living the way that I said that I want to live? Am I being true to myself? Am I operating from a space and place of me first and start to put the mask on me versus other people? And I'll say this, we don't always know, what's going to happen in our life. And as we get older, things happen. But in this particular case, I really had to start to peel off all of those masks. And when I said the whisper of who are you became a scream, it took over me. Because it wasn't that I didn't think that I was being authentic. It was more that I had to start to challenge myself deeper and recognized that I needed to live a life that aligned with my values. But I needed to pause for a moment so I can hear it, so I can listen to it, so I can believe it. And then in that place of stillness, I then begin to act on it. So we're all at different stages. We're all at different stages in our lives, and being authentic also doesn't mean that you just snap your fingers and you wake up. We're just not authentic. We become authentic. And I will tell you that I've found a greater sense of fulfillment in life across the board, just being able to show up as myself and continue to ask myself those hard questions about, who are you? Are you living in your truth? Are you proud of the life that you're living? Are you truly living a life? Because we only get this one shot. Are you truly living a life that you can be proud of? And I can say, yes, life will life, but I can truly be proud of this. I don't have to dim my light for anyone. I shine bright, baby. So I'm going to keep shining brightly. And I think it's important for us to do that for ourselves. But that can be challenging. And I recognize that being true to oneself, especially in certain spaces, can be very challenging. And when we talked about societal expectations and the things that are holding us back, I think it's really important for us to discover and build on what authenticity is for us so that we can build on it and build on it for meaningful relationships, for achieving our own types of success. Because I believe at my core, the more authentic I became, the more opportunities I attracted. And I don't chase, I attract. And when you are truly aligning your purpose, I think that is what being authentic is all about. And we're always in this constant state of becoming. We're always in this constant state of choosing how to live authentically. And it is a choice. It is something that we will allow within ourselves, or we continue to repress and suppress, or push it to the side as if we're afraid to embrace it. So here's what we can do. We can choose to live a life that is unleashed. We can choose to stay in the moment that doesn't align with us, or I suggest this. We can open up to the beauty of truly living life on our terms. And it is a process. You're not just going to wake up one day and everything is perfect. Life is going to life. But I will tell you this. When we open ourselves up to truly being our best self, even as life acts up, we then learn that it is okay. We are deserving. And we have the ability to shift and become who we want to become. And that's, to me, is all about living authentic life. And like I said, being aligned to purpose. The second thing that I want to talk about, so we spoke about authenticity. The next part is about breaking free from limitations. I don't know about you, but, I don't completely align to the social construct of being, I don't even know what is it called, imposter syndrome. But I do know that we will have doubts and feelings of self-doubt and societal expectations and fear of failure. I shared in the last episode, I am operating right now terrified. But in order for me to show up unleashed, I have to break free of the limitations. I have a story to tell. I want to tell it myself. I will continue to tell it. I'm getting better with removing the mask and sharing more of my story. It's not coming from a place of secrecy, but I'm very protective. My family and my life is very sacred to me. So that openness and me being open, this is a journey for myself. So thank you for your patience with me as I am breaking free from a limitation. Most people see me and think, oh, well, this is easy for you. It is not. But overcoming the limitations starts first with recognizing it. And I first recognized that I had, we all have limitations. But self-doubt can be a powerful obstacle. Self-doubt will keep us in our space and what we believe to be our place and not give us the ability to truly live our fullest, or living a life unleashed. And I will tell you, I question my ability to succeed, to be successful as an entrepreneur, despite having experienced a certain level of success in corporate America. But I acknowledged it. I jumped right into it and started perfectly imperfect, kind of like this is happening right now. But I think that the only way to overcome fear is by doing. So breaking down those limitations by doing consistent actions, then you begin to build a level of confidence. The other thing that can be really intimidating is those societal expectations. Sometimes people love you and they love you so much, and you'll tell them something, and maybe it's just me. You'll tell someone something and they'll say, well, I think you should do this. It's not that they think you should do this. They just want you to be safe, and they want you to be comfortable. And there are also people who you can't go to tell them about a goal and a dream if they've never accomplished it. Why are you going to people asking them about breaking down limitations if they've never broken down any limitations themselves? You can love, you can respect them, but not everybody deserves to hear our dreams. And sometimes what happens is we're looking for validation on what not to do. So you'll go to someone that you know darn well is not going to help you. You know darn well they're going to stop you in your track and you want that validation. But I also know this for sure. Oftentimes we know the answer that we're seeking, right? Or you'll be still and listen to the voice of God if that's your belief. But it takes a lot of courage to step into something and break free from anything that you're accustomed to. And I will tell you, I'm from a small town. Leaving that town was scary. Different moves throughout my career was scary. Making the leap most recently was terrifying. So yes, it takes a lot of courage. And part of that courage is the ability to say no to what no longer serves you. And it is okay to be on a path where you had a goal. You are able to change your mind. People grow, evolve, and change. You will evolve. And it is okay to say no to situations, people, places, and things that no longer serve you. And when you get into alignment and you start living authentically, and you start living in your truth, you will begin to say yes to those that do, even if they seem unconventional. Hence, I'm here having this conversation on this podcast as an entrepreneur. And I will tell you, if you told me that this was going to be life 2 years ago, I would say, no way, no how. I want no part of it. But that was also based on fear of failure, which is another significant limitation. Sometimes we are so afraid of failure that we don't take part of the learning process. Embracing failure is part of the learning process. We grow in the valley. It is through failures. It is through the mistakes that I've made that I've learned the best. Now, I'm not advocating to just go out there and fail. But what I'm saying is that setbacks are opportunities to grow and improve. Setbacks are setups for success. And many, many people that we deem successful have had to face challenges, failures. And it's not what the failure that happens to you, it's what you do to leverage that and use that as a stepping stone to success. I have my fear of failure. I am not afraid of failure, which is interesting because I shared that I had this barrier of doing video. I'm terrified of video. I was terrified to even do this podcast, but I knew that I wanted to share my story, and I knew that I had courage. And part of being unleashed and having an unleashed life is having the courage to pursue your passions and make choices that align with who you are, truly who you are, and who you want to be and how you want to show up in the world. It's about embracing and understanding that we are resilient beings. We are resilient beings. We're going to have challenges and setbacks, and we have to use those for opportunities to grow. And we need to stay open and flexible and adapt to situations and be willing to pivot. Just because something worked for you in the past, it doesn't mean that it's going to work for you in the future. And we have to be able to be flexible to change without being willy-nilly, but just being open, because as life changes, we have to change and adjust. So as I close, I just want to share a little bit more around just a couple of things that you can do to start really implementing being authentic, removing some of the societal or limiting beliefs that are holding you back. Listen, take time, reflect. I love quiet time, especially in the morning, but take a moment to reflect on your journey. When's the last time that you just were still? No social, no music, no TV, no friends, just you still. Thinking and reflecting on your values, your goals, and your actions to determine whether or not they are aligned. Set boundaries. You have to say no. No is a complete sentence. And you have to say no to the things that no longer serve your purpose. Recently, I had a situation where I had to say no to a couple of industry folks that I love and respect, because I'm moving past where they were asking me to be a part of. I'm moving past that. I said no. Sure, I'm sure they were not happy with it because it served their interest, but it didn't serve me and where I was going. So I had to say no. And no is okay. Trust me, you are not missing anything that is meant for you. And yeah, I know some people will say, are you going to block your blessings? But when it's a blessing, trust me, you'll keep repeating it. It'll keep coming back to you. And like I said earlier, the whispers start to scream, and you'll know it. You'll feel that. And I hope that we always take time to celebrate ourselves. Being authentic sometimes means that we want to celebrate ourselves. We want to pop our collar a little bit. I don't know about you, but I've been in spaces and places where it's like, be humble, hold back. Don't win so loud. And that's me imitating the voice. But celebrate and acknowledge and celebrate your progress. Each step towards living a life that you want to live, getting better every day, deserves for you to be able to celebrate. So there's so much more that I can say about it, but I definitely aspire every day to live authentically, to operate in my truth, operate in my reality, and begin to release the barriers of the limitations that have held me back from living my true unleashed life and living life at my best. So that's all for now. I hope that you have walked away with something that's going to help you, that resonates with you, that's going to help you live a more authentic life unleashed. And until next time, I hope that you keep unleashing your potential and living your life authentically. And remember, the best is yet to come. Thank you. Thank you for joining us on The Unleashed Life. I hope today's episode has inspired you to break free from financial constraints and societal expectations, cultivating a mindset of abundance and possibility. Remember, living unleashed means aligning your financial decisions with your personal values and embracing authenticity in both your career and personal life. It's about progress, not perfection, as we journey towards financial empowerment and the lifestyle we truly deserve. If you found today's episode to be of value, please take a moment to rate and review this podcast. Your support helps us reach more women ready to unleash their potential. And don't miss out on exclusive content and insights by signing up for our monthly newsletter at reneebaker.com. It's packed with actionable tips to help you continue your unleashed journey between episodes. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast on your favorite platform and join our vibrant online community to share your own unleashed moments and connect with like-minded individuals. Until next time, keep breaking barriers, embrace your beautiful, authentic self, and live life unleashed. Remember, it's never too late to rewrite your financial story and step into your power with purpose. As always, be great
and the best is yet to come.